Hey guys, welcome. We're now in the final part of Sonic Adventure 2, and we'll be playing through the last story segment, which is probably the best part of the game. Honestly, we already played 3.5 hours of this. What in the world? It's pretty insane. But I looked back at the previous stream's audio, and honestly, it was really darn good. I wish I could re-record the entirety of the first one, because the first hour of that one was just no audio and just my voice, which is kind of disappointing. But I mean, hey, at least I still went through it. Halfway through, I fixed the audio, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah, I'm gonna give this another minute or two to see if people want to join before I get started here. So welcome. Yeah, the audio sounded so much better in part 2. I just listened to the last live stream, and the audio, God, it's great. Like, you can't just watch a live stream of Sonic Adventure 2 and not listen to the music. Like it's Sonic Adventure 2. It has one of the best soundtracks ever. To the fact that it was hardly in the first part really saddened me, because I'm like, people didn't hear City Escape, they didn't hear like Prison Lane, these awesome music tracks and stuff like that. So I mean, doesn't really matter in hindsight, because I'm sure you guys have watched like 5 million Sonic Adventure 2 walkthroughs, you know, so it's whatever. I'll give it one more minute and then we'll start, because I'm excited. I haven't played through the last story of this game in ages, so if I look a little rusty, I apologize. I'm going to try my hardest to get an A rank in Canon's Core. It's been ages since I've done that. I have done it before, so, but yeah, I don't know. Let's hope I get it. Maybe. Like maybe 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're not here, you're too late. So let's get started. Unleashed came in just in time to watch the beginning of the live stream. So welcome. Hello.
Why doesn't the cannon fire? What's happening here?
Hopefully this time the emulator won't like lag a little bit like last time.
It's my grandfather, Joe Robotnik.
Dr. Eggman has a grandfather? What?
What's that
vibration. Hey, wait. Someone is coming.
You haven't given up yet.
You haven't given up yet?
It's all over for us.
What do you
I
mean?
just received a message from my boss. This space colony Ark is currently approaching the Earth at an incredible velocity.
Watch here, guys. Look at Sonic and Knuckles' expressions.
Probably
Look at that.
impact Earth.
It's like, in that very instant, they realize the weight of the situation. You know, especially in Sonic's case, because I think Knuckles has always been there with Sonic, and when it comes to like super serious, like life-threatening situations. So like the second they heard Rouge say those words, like they knew immediately what was going on and what they would be getting themselves into and stuff. So I don't know. It's small details like that that make me really like these cutscenes. There's a lot of expressions in the characters, and we don't see it anymore. You know, the expressions on Sonic and company are just the same stoic expressions, and quite frankly, I'm getting tired of seeing these models that we've been seeing since Sonic Colors. Like, the models haven't changed at all. Well, actually, technically, since Sonic Unleashed, they've had those same models, so they've just been reusing the same assets, you know. But
Ungrateful humans who took everything away from me will feel my loss and despair.
the Force's wishes, you know, yeah. And Forces, even though it's on a new engine, it's the Hedgehog Engine 2 or something like that. The models are pretty much identical to the previous games, all of them. So
The vibration's getting worse.
Professor Gerald Robotnik, one of the
greatest scientific minds in the world, and my grandfather.
What? I knew you were behind all this. Stop it right now, or else...
I'd have done this a long time ago if I had the chance.
What do you mean?
Pretty persistent.
You're pretty persistent for a hedgehog, aren't you? You're still alive.
Just letting Knuckles pilot the shuttle on the way over here was more dangerous than you could ever be.
What is this?
This is my grandfather's diary.
Yeah, let's hope Sonic Rangers or whatever this new 2022 Sonic game is,
I don't quite know
at least is good in gameplay, because the story at this point, by this point in the Sonic franchise, I'm not expecting a good story out of really any game.
something that would benefit mankind.
At least not to the caliber of Adventure 2 and, you know, Unleashed and stuff,
Landed on the
because,
colony that day.
like, so far, those are the best two examples we have. What else has a good story? Like, Adventure 1 tried, and it was its first attempt, you know? Some of the story beats were really good. I liked Amy's character arc. I liked Tails' character arc, you know? Sonic was just more like the Stop Eggman kind of story arc, which is fun. E102 Gamma's whole story was of a new character, and it has no bearings on any of the games that come afterwards, but that story in of itself, a contained story, was really good.
She meant everything to me.
But that's it. I can't really think of any other Sonic games with a good story. I like Sonic Rush's story. People don't really talk about that one that much.
I had nothing more to live for. I went insane. All I could think about was to avenge her. Somehow, some way. I got scared as I no longer was able to control my thoughts.
I'm telling you, if they port SA2 or Unleashed to... Well, SA2 is already on PC, but if they port especially Unleashed to PC, or just to modern consoles, that 110% will blow up. Like, everybody will buy it. Even those that used to not like Unleashed will buy that game. Like, I'm 100% certain.
I will leave everything to him. If you wish, release and
And
awaken.
awaken it
If
to
you
the world.
fill the world with destruction. Oh, so that's why you released Shadow from the base.
Core of the Eclipse
Yes, ma'am.
is now highly reactive and explosive. This is the Chaos Emerald is overpowered. If the colony collides with Earth, it will shatter into pieces like my grandfather.
Father predicted
That mad
side.
That should be you, right? You have
Yeah.
to stop the space colony now.
Now Eggman's in competition with his own grandfather. To some extent.
shifted due to the amount
It's like, this is something I should be doing.
of emeralds. We have to stop the energy.
But how?
That's it.
And this is another awesome plot point from, like, the earlier Sonic titles. This is technically this is like the first time the good guys and the villains would team up for something that's life-threatening, that would pretty much be the end for both sides, you know. And I love stuff like this. Like, it's like a temporary truce, you know. But interesting stuff like this aren't brought up again, and that's what always bothered me about the future games.
Be able to get to the shortcut that leads to the core.
It's showing a detailed map. It's literally just like going back and forth, you know.
No worries. Just leave it to me. I'm the
World's fastest hedgehog.
Let's get to work.
Oh man. Cannon's Core, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna try my absolute darndest to get an A rank here. It's honestly, it's probably the hardest stage to get an A rank that's not the cart route levels, you know. But I'm sure there's a quicker way to get rid of those guys, but I just wait, honestly. It's not that much. If you destroy those blob things in time, you don't have to wait for them to show their heads or anything, so what I just do is I just hightail it after them the second I see them, you know. To get an A rank in this stage, or segment of stages, I should say, basically just don't die, honestly. Like, I don't... if you don't die, you get as many trick points as you can every time you see these, like, things up here, you know. I don't really know what else, honestly. I think most of the points you will get are in the mech shooting sections of these. So, if you're able to do that, then do it. Ah, frick. I have to get rid of these guys first. Oh, okay. I was capable to go through there. Whew, made it just in time. Yeah, honestly, just keep spamming the bazooka thing at the store, and then just go backwards and shoot the alarm clock thing. Now it's my turn. I don't know, that's so epic to me. Love how Eggman just drops in and it's like, that's it. Here we go. I don't know, man, just this whole last story segment is one of the coolest things ever, man. Like, it's just so good. I think in terms of last stories, I think I actually prefer this one over, like, Unleashed and stuff. Even though Unleashed's finale is super epic with, like, the Egg Dragoon and stuff. But, I don't know, this one always stuck out to me because it's basically, like, both good and evil joining forces, you know, which is awesome. Got him. I missed it. I probably should have aimed for it. We got Mix online. Hello. Welcome to the stream, guys. Last story segment. Let's do it. I can actually go across plenty of stuff here. Whew, I made it. I think there's nothing else I can do except wait for this one. There you go. I'm going the right way, right? Yeah, cool. Awesome. I don't think I've ever had them positioned in such a way like that before. No! I never really found out what's over there. It's probably just a Chao key and some, like, hidden goodies and stuff, but nothing really important. Oops. I think the time bonus is super critical to getting an A rank here, too. So, if you don't do the stage fast enough, then that's not good. Oh, crap. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna die! Oh, no. I think the reason why is because I missed the whatchamacallit, the time stopper things. That's okay. So I just realized, after I died there, and I went back to that checkpoint, my score didn't go to 0. And I always thought that's what happens, you know? when you die in one of the levels and stuff, but I guess you only lose the amount of points that you had before you got to that point, which doesn't make sense to me.
Great, Eggman. There should be a security door somewhere in this room.
Okay, so I have to wait for this, I think, right? I can't jump up here, can I? No. Absolutely not. I almost messed that up. Okay, well, I don't think enemies drop down here, so I can just keep shooting this. Okay, so I didn't really pay attention to how much score I lost upon death, you know, because I don't really know. Yeah, honestly, I think if you just do the level quick enough and you get enough of those score bonuses, you should be fine. I think if you die, though, you do lose enough points to that where you won't get an A rank anymore, so I'll probably get like a C or something. Once the water's stopped, you can go in this little tunnel here. Try to be careful. Got it. I missed him. Haha. I drained the liquid. So we have to go backwards. If I remember, yeah, okay, good. Oh, and I did it just in time. Whoop! Oh! Oh my god. Sorry if that was loud, guys. Oh my god. I'm just shocked that I even got that. I was like, perfect timing. I think the hardest part of Canon's Core is probably Knuckles' section. Because it's just more involved, you know. There's different aspects to it. From what I remember, what you have to do is you have to you get this thing here. Oops, sorry. Hit this, and then immediately go back up, and then go through here. I don't really care about the the artificial chaos there, but yeah. So you have to do that in order to get that out of the way. Whoop! Hit this side. There you go. So now we go back in the water. And since we got the air bracelet from last time, we're not gonna have too much trouble with this. At least that's the idea. So since you're underwater, you can't really punch his Knuckles, so you basically have to like be careful about it. You know? Where is, here it is. Gotta hit this time switch and then go backwards. I can't remember if swimming like this is faster than running on the ground. Probably not. Like in speedruns and stuff like that, I can't remember if I see people doing that. Let's go down here. This part's probably the hardest because the timing is really strict. There you go. Ooh, first try. Cool. So I think there's a switch here. There you go. Easy peasy. Thankfully I didn't have too much trouble with that. Sometimes I do. It really depends on the day, I guess. Let's hope I don't die in Sonic section, because if I do, then there goes a bunch of the score. At least I'm pretty sure. Excuse me. Gotcha. Woo! That was close.
The area below the enemies has no floor. Careful not to fall.
Woo! Oh, got it. That beetle stood there for a long time, I think. Usually they go away in like 2 seconds. See, this level design is really good. Like, you have to like be quick on your feet when it comes to certain things. So, okay, so I gotta get up here. So the only reason I know that is because I've played this game so many times, but obviously in someone's first time, they're gonna go straight down the back, you know, so they got a homing attack up there. There's also like a dash panel, which I guess is the intended way to do that, but, you know, I always miss it. This part's kind of epic too, you're just going down this huge pathway of water. I've never missed that ring. I don't know what happened to it, but... Sonic fanboys in the stream, hello! Ooh.
No problem.
It's a big ouch. Like I said, it has to do with time and don't die. If you die once, then that tanks your score by like 5,000 points or something. So, and I did die once, so I'm sorry guys, I couldn't get at least a B canon score, but I have done it before, so you know.
I hate it when they leave me behind. Look, it's Shadow.
This is probably like one of my favorite scenes in the game.
I really gotta stop whining. Everyone's trying their best to help out, and so must I. Shadow, we need you. Please help us.
It's all going according to plan. There's no reason for me to help them. Besides, there's no way to save anyone.
There has to be. I know that people fight over the most trivial things. Some people may be selfish, like the professor said. But they're basically good if they try their best and never give up on their wishes. They always have a reason to be happy. That's why you should help them out. Saving them is a good thing. Shadow, I beg you, please do it for them. Give them a chance. Shadow, I beg of you, please, do it for me. Maria! For all people who live on that planet, give them a chance to be happy. Let them live for their dreams. Shadow, I know you can do it. That's the reason why you were brought into this world. Save Nara. Shadow, the
That's what I
hedgehog.
promised her. And I must keep that promise. That's what Maria wished for. I've gotta go now. I have to keep my promise to Maria and you.
Oof. It gets me every time, guys. Like that's the whole turning point of Shadow's character. Because the whole point of his story is that his only purpose is to fulfill that promise. That's what his whole life revolves around. So now he just remembered a memory of Maria's true wish, and it's that Shadow's purpose was to bring happiness to the Earth, you know? Like, man, such a good story, man, right? This part's epic too. Like, they made the shrine just like the one in Adventure 1 to harness the power of the emeralds. Like, I think that's awesome continuity.
Will feel like loss and despair. All of you grateful you took everything away from me. Feel loss and despair.
What are you guys' thoughts on the Biolizard? Like, as a final boss, you know, in general. I mean, you can say your opinion on, like, Biolizard in terms of story-wise and stuff like that, but as a final boss, in my opinion, he's probably one of the best final bosses in any Sonic game, because it's just genuinely challenging, and it's a huge learning curve, which, honestly, we haven't seen since. And I love how Shadow takes it upon himself to handle the problem that started everything, which was the whole Ultimate Lifeform project. The Biolizard, the prototype of the Ultimate Lifeform, being the initial act of that. So, God, there's just so much into this battle, you know, like, the whole world's at stake, Shadow has something to prove, you know, everything's on the line here. And this music, so good! God! The Biolizard's music is just awesome. I love this boss theme. It's called Supporting Me. And if you guys haven't listened to it on your own yet, please do. Dear God, it's so good. Especially with earphones on. Oh, it's incredible. this fight is incredibly difficult, at least for like your first time, because if you go too quick, the tail behind him will try to hit you, and that's not good. If you go too slow, then he'll bite you in the front, and then now he starts shooting these energy spheres, and there's only two ways to dodge them. There's ones that go upward, which you can dodge by somersaulting. You can also dodge by homing attacking out of the way, but I always end up dying if I do that. So, and then there's the ones that go along the ground, which you can only jump over. It's a timing thing. Like if your timing's not right, you'll miss one and you'll get hit by one, and you know it'll just mess your whole thing up. What I like to do is once you start shooting, I like to go as far away from him as I can. Not close enough so that it's next to the tail or something like that, but you know. The more distance you have, the more time you have to react, so that's what I do. And after that, you just grind on its rail and go to the top, basically. I've never ended up on this side, that was weird. There's also another obstacle here, and it's the water. If you land in that water, it'll drag you away and you'll die. So the only way I know to jump is because the texture on the ground changes a certain color, like that. That's brown. So if you see that, just jump. Whoa. I don't know how I did it twice there. Okay, so I should probably get a ring. There you go. There you go. I think I've collected most of the rings on this platform, so I'm only on one ring right now, so that's not good. I should be okay though. I've done this boss plenty of times. There you go. Now I got two. Whoa. What, really bad. In the second phase, he starts lifting up these pink orb things. And you have to homing attack them so that you can get to the top, so that you can homing attack the core. Can be kind of difficult because if you just needlessly homing attack a bunch of them, then like you'll end up missing one, then you'll die or get hit and stuff. This part's really easy, guys. You just hold upright. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, and you won't hit a single one. I know people have a lot of trouble with that last part, but if you just hold upright before anything even happens, then you avoid everything. So, you ugly prototype. And great news, I only got hit once. That's pretty good. Normally I get hit like 3 times. So. This music's so good, by the way. Like, all the cutscene event music is just as good as like any of the stage themes. Like, they do such a good job.
7 chaos. Chaos is power. Power is enriched by the heart. The controller is the one that unifies the chaos. Only you can do this.
Stop the Chaos Emeralds! God dang.
Is it gone?
Is that what?
Chaos controllers? Apparently that's a translation error. He's supposed to say, it's like, oh, did he use Chaos Control? Like, that's kind of funny. Still alive. I love this shot of Shadow and Sonic like looking up. I don't know, just something about their models.
Sonic?
And it's at this point that Shadow and Sonic have like a mutual understanding with each other. And it's in the most pivotal moment of the game. So oh man. This is it, boyos. Reach the climax. I still get goosebumps, man. Every time. Never ceases to amaze me. This is it, guys. The final hazard. I'm gonna try my hardest to prolong the fight so we can hear all the dialogue and stuff like that. Cause like I said, I've beaten this boss so many times to the point where like I can manage for more than 2.5 minutes, you know. But so, because as the fight goes on, there's more dialogue between Sonic and Shadow, and I love listening to it. So I'm gonna try my hardest. I'm gonna get him down to at least half health. Well, not half health, but like 1 hit away from defeating him, and then I'll try my hardest to like prolong it a little bit. And you get to listen to Live and Learn, which is, in my opinion, one of the best final boss themes in any video game ever. It's so good. This song is awesome. Crush 40 was the band that cemented my love for like anything rock related, you know. Especially this song. This is the first song that I ever listened to from Crush 40, and it was like, well, next to City Escape, obviously, but you know, this is the iconic song. This boss is pretty self-explanatory. There's a bunch of projectiles that come your way. The only thing you have to do is just approach him and aim for the swelling area. Pretty easy. I think the only hard part, if I'm being honest, is just not getting hit by all these things that are coming at you. So if you go past the Bio-Lizard, you switch sides with the other characters. So that's pretty cool. Only problem is I had no idea that Sonic had this little rings left. Oh crap, I might actually die here. Let's hope I'm good enough, guys. Hold on. Oh no, I'm dead. Maria. Alright, well, I tried. I'm not gonna do that to you guys again, but basically, the concept is that Shadow is using pretty much all of the energy that goes into the super form. Which means by the end of it, he kind of disappears. So let's do this proper this time without getting hit. I like that they both start with 50 rings, which is how many rings you need to transform into Super Sonic in the classic games and stuff. I wish you could play as Super Sonic and Super Shadow in like actual stages in this game. Unfortunately, you cannot do that. Can I reach it? Maybe? Yes. There you go. Oh, this one's kind of awkward. There you go. Cool. Yeah, if you avoid the lasers for a good enough time, then the spheres will come out to try to hurt you. Oops. Alright guys, what do you say we end this with Shadow the Hedgehog? Because how else are you gonna finish this boss fight? Like, seriously?
Can you both hear me? The Ark is close to the Earth. Please hurry up.
Oops. Come on, Shadow. This one's in that same awkward spot that it was last time.
I must destroy all the evil the
Professor has created. I'd say we ended up that at just the right moment, because that's when the guitar solo was kicking. This whole cutscene is incredible. Like, so awesome. Come on, look at this.
No way that's getting through.
Shadow, I beg of you,
Maria.
give them a chance to be happy.
Now, Shadow. Chaos control.
Maria, this is what you wanted, right? This is my promise I made to you.
Yeah, these last cutscenes in this game, man, like, such a huge part of my childhood, man. Like, seeing all this for the first time, beating the game, like, nothing was better.
Where is Shadow? Do you really think that the professor created him, oh Shadow, to carry out the revenge on all those who live here on Earth?
He was what he was. A brave and heroic hedgehog who gave his life to save this planet. Shadow the Hedgehog.
I guess you're right.
As a child, I looked up to my grandfather because of all the great things he accomplished in his life. He was my hero, and I wanted to be a great scientist like him. But did he really mean to destroy us?
I don't know, but what I do know is we all did it together.
You're right.
So what's next for you, Rouge? Off again to find those jewels you love so much?
Nah, I think I'm gonna give up this line of work. Too much work for too little pay. Anyway, I've got something better than jewels that I'm thinking about right now.
Yeah, Sonic's showing, like, any emotion that's not being sarcastic, right?
If you say so.
Like that. This is stellar storytelling, you know? Like,
Ultimate life.
this is showing that Sonic is not just one of those perfect, no flaw main protagonists, right?
Oh, it's nothing. Come on, let's go home. Dude, the planet is cool and blue as me.
And even that line right there, like, perfect. It's showing that he's trying to hide something.
Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Like, he finally found someone that was worth his mutual respect, because Shadow was basically like Sonic, you know? Sonic's never found an equal rival like that, with the exception of Metal Sonic, which is just a robot. So, in his eyes, he lost a good friend. So, hey guys, that was Sonic Adventure 2. We did it. Finished the game. Apologize for being super quiet for the majority of that, because those cutscenes I love to enjoy and just listen to. Like, the more I watch them, the more I grow to appreciate them, because, like, we've gone a long way when it comes to storytelling in Sonic games, you know, and I feel like this was that game that pulled out all the stops to give us an enjoyable story. And when I say enjoyable, I'm talking like every character has its own like spotlight, you know. Well, maybe not Amy, but everybody else, you know, the main ones like Sonic, Shadow, Tails, Knuckles, you know, Rouge even. Dr. Eggman has his own story, dark story, right? Get to play as Dr. Eggman for the first time. And for the first for a franchise, the new character introduced, which in this case was Shadow, like he had an entire story arc that progressed throughout the entire game. Sonic Forces attempted to do something like that with Infinite, but the problem with that story is that we didn't have individual cutscenes with just Infinite. You know, we had maybe like one or two here and there, but like there was no cutscene that said, "Wow, Infinite's an actual like human being with actual emotions," right? Like it was just a standard bad guy that was like, and his whole reason for being bad was also really stupid. Like, spoiler alert for those who haven't played Sonic Forces, but in episode Shadow, they go into depth on why exactly Infinite became the person he is, and it's because Shadow was better than him. That was it, you know. So they attempted to do it, but no, didn't work out. Rest Easy Heroes, which is a nod to Sonic Heroes, which is the next game, and we get this final picture, and it never ceases to get me watery-eyed. Like, back then, when I first played this game for the first time, I thought Shadow was dead, right? And in Sonic Gems Collection, the museum showed images of Sonic Heroes' cutscenes, and one of them was Shadow in that capsule. And I was sitting here like, dude, Shadow's in another game? Like, what? I thought he died. I couldn't believe it, you know? But, yeah, that was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, guys. I mean, I guess I could just spend the last 2 minutes of the stream just talking about my history with the game, if you guys are into that stuff. But, I was around, I'm gonna say like, I don't know, I was like 5 or 6, and I'd go to Puerto Rico every single summer, and my mom would take us, and I had this cousin who owned the GameCube, and he owned 3 games. He had Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. And because of him, that's how I got into those 3 franchises. I'm a huge Smash Bros. Fan. I've owned every Smash game. I currently am a huge Godzilla fan. I own all the movies, and I've seen them all like a million times. And I'm a huge Sonic fan because he owned Sonic Adventure 2, and I'd always watch him play it. And I don't know, to me it was just the coolest thing ever, because as he was progressing through the stages, like the speed stages especially, I'd be seeing all these crazy cool like stunts that Sonic can do, and I was like, wow, like this Hedgehog's really cool. I wish I could play as him and stuff like that. So, and sure enough, when I went to America again, I asked my mom, I was like, listen, I need this Sonic game because my cousin has it in Puerto Rico and I really want to play it. So the year that I got a GameCube, that was one of the first games I got, Sonic Adventure 2 and Super Smash Bros. Melee. Those are the 2 games I got, and ever since then I've always gotten Sonic games. Like for Christmas one year, I got Sonic Gems Collection to play on the GameCube, and that's how I was introduced to things like Sonic CD and Sonic R, and the screenshots in the museum from like other Sonic games that I hadn't played up until that point, which in my case was just Sonic Heroes. And I would see images of Sonic Heroes in the museum, and I'm like, wow, this game looks so much better graphically to Adventure 2. Like, look at these cool cutscenes, and like Sonic CGI now, and Sonic looks so cool, and they're going through all this mayhem, and I don't know, man. Like, to me, I thought Heroes was like the coolest looking game ever. Unfortunately, I didn't own that game until like a year or 2 later when I got it for PS2. And what sucks about that is I did grow up with Sonic Heroes on the PS2 version, which obviously kind of sucks because the PS2 version, seeing it now, is awful. It's so bad, you know. Terrible frame rate, everything's super slow. It wasn't until like I think 5 years ago that I played the GameCube version for the first time, and I was floored, dude. I was like, oh my gosh, this game looks way better. It's like a stable 60 FPS all the time, you know. Like it was like a new game. But But anyway, yeah, that's how I was introduced to Sonic Adventure 2. That's how I was introduced to Sonic the Hedgehog, and from there it was just history. I got all the games. I got Sonic Riders on PS2, got Shadow the Hedgehog on PS2. You know, to me, in my little kid mind, the PS2 was the better console than the GameCube, so I would just ask for everything on PS2 because that was the console I had at the time. But I don't know. It was just that's how I was into Sonic. You know, I also got like Sonic Riders Zero Gravity from like a friend. You know, like I would just slowly get Sonic games. Anytime I would see it at Walmart or something, I got Sonic and the Black Knight from a Big Lots store. I don't know if you guys know what Big Lots is, but it's one of the most like it's not a Walmart. It's like a B-class Walmart, you know. But that's where I got Sonic and the Black Knight. It was on a clearance shelf, and it was for like $5 or $10, you know, and that was my story as like a kid Sonic fan. As an adult Sonic fan, I just anytime there's a new game announced, I would just buy them, you know. Generations was the big one for me because I've never been more hyped for any Sonic game than Generations. I remember the hype for that was just so big, and like I don't know, like Generations to me was like the biggest hype, and that was like the first time as a Sonic fan that I was like looking forward to the next title and, you know, stuff like that. So I got a PS3 just to play Generations because by that point I had only gotten the PS2 and a GameCube. I didn't have a PS3 at that point, you know. I wasn't into that generation of gaming yet. But then I asked my dad about it. He was like, if you get all A's on your report card, I'll get you a PS3. And I was like, seriously? So I did it, and I got all A's on the report card. He got me a PS3, and the first thing I did when I got it was download the demo of Sonic Generations. And that was my first experience to the boost gameplay. I had never played Unleashed before that time. Actually, I did play Unleashed before that time. I played on the PS2 though. I never owned the PS3 version, so that was my first exposure to the hold the square button to continuously boost gameplay, right? And it felt awesome. Like I would press the square button and my controller would vibrate, and like every action that I would do with Sonic, my controller would vibrate. It was just like a whole new experience, and it felt so cool, you know. And sure enough, that holiday season came around, and I got Generations day one, and I was hooked, man. That's when I became a matured Sonic fan by that point, because I think Sonic Colors was the first game I ever pre-ordered for Sonic the Hedgehog, you know. And I remember my first experience with Sonic Colors it was a mixed bag, because I really missed Jason Griffith as Sonic. I really didn't like Roger Craig Smith back then. It was really bad. But I liked the game a lot. I liked the gameplay. I loved the music, especially, you know. Then from there, I just got every Sonic game afterwards, the year it came out. The only one I missed on was Lost Worlds, because I didn't get a Wii U until like later in its lifespan. I think it was like around when Smash 4 came out. That's when I got a Wii U. But yeah, so I missed out on Lost World, but I did get Forces. I did get, you know, all the other ones. But yeah. So that's it. It all started with a cousin in Puerto Rico that had this game. That had Sonic Adventure 2. So, yeah, guys. I mean, I don't really have much else to do unless you guys have a suggestion of something. I don't know. Like, there's not much to do in this game aside from getting all the A ranks, which is something I'm not gonna do. Like, I feel like playing the story is just enough for me. But I don't know. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with the stream and seeing the completion of the story. So. It was really cool. I think it was my first live stream with a Sonic game, so I think next time we're going to do Sonic Heroes, because I feel like that game gets a lot of flack for having the worst controls out of anything, you know. And I don't know. I want to do that game justice because people really suck at that game. So, yeah, it'll be Heroes next, definitely. I'm going to start with Team Sonic first. If I'm being honest, guys, I don't think a Team Dark playthrough really warrants much because it's literally just the same thing. But for the sake of completionist, I'm gonna have to do like, I don't know, like 5 different streams or something. Because I'll have to do one for each team because Heroes is a long game, especially if like you're playing Team Sonic or Team Dark. That takes like 2.5 hours, 3 hours and stuff. But yeah, people say that game's controls are terrible. I can slightly agree until I get to the point where it's like if you get good at the game and get around those bad controls, then you can have a really good time. Like me, you know, like I consider myself really good at the game. I'm probably gonna eat my own words once I get to actually playing it, you know, assuming I don't get any A-ranks and stuff, but we'll see. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys sticking around until the end, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.